Hey guys, we're finally live. I think I've got everything set up here, so I'm gonna start adding people. Man, how has your weekend been? Mine's well. I mean, it's already like Tuesday, and I feel like it's been the whole week. My Tuesday, Monday, has been crazy. Hey Emma, Drew. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I am getting people in here, inviting. Let's see, Chris in the room. So we've invited our guests and everything. Just waiting for people to filter in.
Oops.
Hey, Kevin.
There we are.
Hey.
Whoa!
How are we?
Whoa! Wow! Look at that hair.
Hello.
Whew. Maybe stand a little too close. I'm going to do this entire thing standing.
Okay, that's probably good exercise, I suppose.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. I can get it. So here we are.
So we got some people filtering in. Man, I can't believe it. Guys, we're 1 week out from our crowdfunding IndieGoGo launch, and I don't know. This week already, it's only Tuesday, and I feel like
It's been a full week.
Been a week. We've got hi everyone. Hey, thanks everyone for joining us. We've got a lot of fun things to discuss today, and I just wanted to mention though that the crowdfunding campaign is launching in 1 week. We've got 7 days, and super
exactly
important for everybody to jump on that as early as possible. I guess what a lot of people don't realize is that when you have a campaign go live and then you have a bunch of people join up on the first couple of days, that's when you get all your momentum for the rest of your campaign. So you can give the same amount on the first day as on the 20th day, and it means a whole different thing. So
it's
but
important to build momentum right at the outset, right out of the gate. Yeah.
But we are looking forward to that. I've been spending my entire week working on pictures and stuff for the perks, and we've got some cool perks. I sent one to Kevin already, and yeah,
I can't wait to put that perk into play. I don't want to say what it is, but I can't wait to utilize that in my everyday life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's a grapnel gun, obviously.
Yeah, Kevin's just gonna be swinging from building to building in Jacksonville.
Yeah, as I do, but this would just improve it much more so.
Oh man! So thanks everyone for joining us, John. Hi.
Okay, did you get the text that you only have me until 8:20, and I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got 20 minutes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Got dinner.
Okay.
Dinner's waiting upstairs.
All right.
And so
Let's make a good 20 minutes.
And it may be someone that's not a big Batman fan. So they're like, what? And she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. She's like, dinner's at 8 tonight. And I'm like, well, I got a conversation. She said, more that Batman stuff. I said, yeah.
Oh, well, we can't keep you from family and dinner. So.
Yep. I saw somebody ask, when is it coming out? The answer is we are crowdfunding in a week, and our goal is to have part 1 or act 1 out this year. So that's what we're shooting for.
Yes. We had a couple of questions come in through the story.
Yeah.
Emma asked some good ones.
Good question for Kevin.
Favorite Batman actors? I guess all three of us can answer that one, but Kevin, why don't we go with you?
Yeah, I would say honorable mention Batman would be Adam West. That's my honorable mention because I just love the guy.
Yes.
And he's who I watched when I was a kid, and I just love him. I love everything about that universe. I love the Batmobile. I love the Batcave. I even love the Bat suit. That's the one suit that I've never even attempted to tackle because I don't think I'm worthy of it. But I'd say my true favorite would be Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton came along, and he redefined the genre single-handedly. He wrote basically the blueprint that every Batman from then on, from Kilmer to Clooney to Bale to, to Affleck to even, Pattinson. It's just, he came up with the voice, he came up with the movements, because there was nothing. He had nothing. He couldn't say, precisely, Rob. He couldn't do that. So I think that he is the shoulders to which we all stand upon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's hard to argue with that.
And it was fun to see him back in the latest Flash movie.
Yeah, that was very cool.
So it was fun to geek out with him, beating up the Russians and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I love seeing him back in the suit. I would love to see more. I would love to see more of him, and not him as a central figure and not a component. I thought he was great. I loved his Bruce Wayne. I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
So I would love to see him in possibly a Batman Beyond film. Sad that we'll never see him in Batgirl, but maybe, hopefully, we'll see him in
someday.
His own film.
Maybe someday. Someone's gonna break in there and steal the footage and leak it somewhere. It won't be me. It won't be me.
Wait, what was your take on the Flash?
I loved all the Batman stuff. I loved all the Batman stuff.
Okay, good. What was your take on the Flash? Because that's my answer. My answer is this. I would always say, "Oh, it's fun. It's fun," or I would say, "Love the Batman stuff." Man, Keaton was great. Wasn't Keaton great? What was your take on the babies falling and the dog falling?
Yeah.
What was your take on all of that?
Yeah,
but I mean,
I felt like the story lacked a lot of direction. I mean it was just everywhere. I liked the focus on his relationship with his mom.
Yes,
that was it's really touching, especially at the end of the film. But
loved all of that.
It didn't feel like it. I don't feel like the film did Barry any justice as a character.
Agreed. He came across as kind of whiny and lost. That being said, I think that aside from Michael Keaton, I think Ezra Miller was the best thing in that film. And I'm not a big fan, but I thought he was incredible in the movie. I thought he was great. I give the movie a hard time. I saw it at the premiere, and if it weren't the premiere, I would have gotten up and left during that baby scene.
Yeah,
I would have said, "Wow, they're really, really insulting us now." At this point, it was horrible. I'm glad it didn't leave because it got better after that. As it got a little more serious, and it turned into Back to the Future, but then they made reference, so it was maybe a conscious homage to it, a little bit, kind of.
Yeah.
But I do like that the fans have spoken, and the fans have said no more. We're not going to, to walk lock and step just because someone's wearing a costume. We're not going to support it just because it's a superhero. We demand a good film.
There has to be substance behind your story, and I just felt like there were. Let's put it this way, without spoilers, there were lessons to learn for Barry to learn throughout the film, and I felt like by the end of the film, they didn't do him justice. So,
but man, when you talk about his mother and that relationship, then I start thinking about the good things. That did tug at my heartstrings.
It did.
I'm giving it a hard time because of that opening scene. I'm very happy that I didn't leave because there are parts I'm like, oh, okay, all
It
right,
has
I
its
got that.
moments for sure. Yeah.
But then I'm like, the whole movie hinges on a can of tomatoes. But then again, maybe that's life, and life does hinge on this. But then I don't care about the spoilers. Who actually killed his mother?
Right, right.
And
We never find
Well,
out.
we never find that out.
and
Yeah.
and then people will say, well, it was Reverse Flash. Okay, well, they didn't even hint at anything. And that was
Right.
really the big thing. And also, let's say that that the father didn't go to get the tomatoes and he stayed home. That killer's still going to show up in the house. He may have killed the mom and the dad. Or that sets it on another timeline.
Yeah.
Because the killer's still going to show up. The only difference is Barry Allen's father was there to protect him. Am I wrong? But yeah, the killer still shows up.
Yeah.
The killer showing up had nothing to do with the tomatoes.
Right.
The tomatoes is what basically had Barry's father leave. We can go on and on. Let's talk about some Girl in the Mask. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is a good segue. I mean, we were talking about story a little bit, and what makes it like an interesting story. And I think we have an interesting story with the Girl in the Mask.
Yeah.
That's just me, as a
what your story is your story is a small story. It's small, and that's when I talk about a film, I'll use broad or small. If I say it's a small story, that means I loved it. The Joker, that was a small story. Logan, that was a small story. Batman, No Way Home, Far From Home, that was broad. That was shticky, that was broad, that was just, you know what I mean? No Way Home, that was even though it was a multiverse, you had a lot of things going on, I cared about the characters. I cared about that. I didn't think that was possible. I thought you could either have Avengers Endgame, which that's just crayons flying, going everywhere, or you could have Logan. I didn't think you could have both. And No Way Home, that was the one. That was the multiverse one, right? You had Far From Home. You had No Way Home. You had Going Home, Coming Home, Home for Dinner. The multiverse one was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was heartfelt. It was wonderful seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Loved all of that. So I said, oh, okay. So you could have a big movie with the flying crayons and care about the characters.
Yes.
And I did.
Yeah.
When it was Infinity Wars and everybody died, I knew they didn't die. I didn't care. I didn't cry because I knew they were coming back.
Yeah.
And so there was there's no integrity to the commitment of the loss. Do you know what I mean? When in I guess in Endgame, when Iron Man died, I felt lost.
Yeah.
Because I knew that Robert Downey Jr. was saying, I'm done. So I knew we were never going to see him again. I felt lost. Also felt lost with Captain America. That was done beautifully, seeing old man Captain America. But when they all faded away and they're all just turning to ashes and whatever, you know because you know that that they're in production for the next one. So you're like, oh. It's like when Superman died in Dawn of Justice. I knew he was coming back, so I didn't get upset. I read the comic.
Right.
Yeah. So in terms of character, I mean, we had a question earlier. What is it like to bring characters to life, but done right? Jamie, but done right. That's the caveat there.
Well, as a performer, as an interpreter, it's our job to create life. It's our job to create the miracle of life, to breathe life into these beautiful moments. And that's what they are. It's just moment to moment. It's eye contact. It's living in that moment and feeling something. And if I sit across the table from you and your black mask, and and if we're feeling something, it can't just be, I'm going to kill you. No, you're not. I'm going to kill you. No, you're not. There has to be something there. And I have to see something within your eyes that lets me know that you are human and you are broken, but you don't know it. And that's beautiful to me. And so bringing these characters to life, it's not a big thing. It's a small thing. It's a beautiful moment of creating life out of nothing. And that to me is a miracle of being an actor. And it doesn't matter if you're wearing a costume or if you're just in a t-shirt and jeans, you still have to believe in that moment. You still have to believe in the person that's standing in front of you and live that moment and find out, believe what they're saying and feel for them. Feel for them. That's the beauty of what we do. And that's the beauty of your script, because you have many amazing moments like that in your scripts. I've only done probably eight or 10 pages of that, and I can't wait to do the entire season.
Yeah, I mean,
well, we can't wait to have you do it.
Yeah, we can't wait to have you back. There's some specific scenes that I just like. I can't wait to film these scenes because of those human moments. Because you get to see Batman as a human being. You know, you've got Batman, I am vengeance, you know, and you've got Batman, you know, oh, Rachel's dying, or, you know, whatever. But to see a relationship happen, you know, and then Batman become human, you know. We haven't really seen much of that, like the humanity of Batman. So
I think
there's me involved. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I think there's a sense in which Batman and Stephanie kind of, I guess, teach each other things. So Batman actually teaches Stephanie certain things about being human, I think, which is interesting. Whereas Stephanie is also kind of a humanizing force on Batman as well. And I think there's an interesting dynamic going on there that I'm really looking forward to exploring.
Yeah. I think that there's something that I saw in those moments that Batman never had a choice. He just didn't. And he's reactionarily driven out of grief and out of vengeance and out of anger and out of just sadness. And he has a mission. And then you have Stephanie and even Dick, and for the most part, all the Robins. They've chosen this, and they've got this gusto, and they've got this zing, and they kind of romanticize a bit what they're doing, in which Batman does not do. Batman, if he had his wish, he wouldn't be Batman, but these others have chosen that. And there was a moment in the limousine to where I'm looking at Stephanie, and I'm like, wow, I was never that young. And sadly, I was never that naive. This is Bruce Wayne. I was never that naive, and I would never had that zest. Never that zest. I had the zest for vengeance, but not for swashbuckling and out there and fighting crime. And I never had that energy. And Batman doesn't really operate on a high frequency. He just doesn't. And I remember having that moment going, And then Kevin going, this is a good moment, because you could see the contrast. You could see that she's excited and she's got butterflies, and and he's just like, it's another day at the office. And I like that. And one of the things I've always liked about Robin, I've got 2 minutes. One is you said Robin humanizes Batman. He gives him a vulnerability. And so that's the same thing with Stephanie in this, because I'm like, wow, there's somebody else I have to look out for.
Absolutely. Oh man, I'm excited to be filming with you again, and I can't wait to see all the excitement around the crowdfunding too, guys. We're 7 days away, and it's hype time for us, and we're going to be pushing out. I've been working. I want to say all week. It's been 2 days.
It's only Tuesday. Yeah, we're going to be working all week.
Offer up whatever you want to regarding me. Anyone that believes in what we do, I believe in them, and I am so thankful, because these are people that are making our dreams come true. So we owe them not only the best work that we can do and the best Batman that I could be, but I owe them a hug as Kevin Porter. I owe them a phone call to say, hey, thank you so much, because you have the vision that we have. You're committing something that, and that says so much. It's one thing, and I definitely appreciate when people watch, and I love when they comment, and I love when they appreciate the work. But when someone presses that button, if someone makes the smallest sacrifice and says, you know what, I'm sacrificing because I believe in what you're doing and I want to be a part of it, because I've always been a team player in everything that I've done in team sports. And victory alone is hollow, but when you share it. And so whenever I've done other crowdfunding and I see people at conventions and they said, yeah, I was a part of so-and-so, I'm deeply touched. And I'm like, didn't we do well? We did well, didn't we? Because it is a we, and it's no longer a me, it's an us. It's not them watching, it's them participating.
Absolutely.
In taking pride in what they've done. And so that's one. If you want to offer up phone calls, I will send messages. I'll come over and I will have tuna fish sandwiches. They can come on set, whatever it is. And that's how much I appreciate what they're doing. Speaking of which, guys, I'm so sorry I got to go.
You got to go.
Honestly, I want to thank you very much for believing in me. And I will be the best Batman that you have ever seen. I promise.
We have no doubt about that.
We have no doubt.
Yeah.
I will serve the material very well. Working with you two gentlemen is a joy, and I was so blessed to have been able to do that for a few days up in Chicago. I was not feeling my best, and you worked around that, and it was incredible. Even though I was literally, I don't want to say I was on my deathbed, but I was as bad as you thought. It was worse, but I was not going to let you down. I was not going to let you down. And I got up and I powered through, and we got some really good stuff. Other stuff I'm happy to go back and reshoot because my voice wasn't there. The voice works for Batman because my voice was shot and I'm doing Bruce Wayne and it's terrible. That works great as Batman because I was able to fiddle with it a bit. But you're doing good work. You're doing inspired work, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And I would encourage everyone to be a part of it, because it's being a part of this is being a part of something great, and it's something that you'll brag about, and you'll say, you know what, that's my film. Oh yeah, Girl in the Mask, I did that. Yeah, that's my film, and it is. And I don't care if it's $5, $50, $500. This is your film. This is our film. And so, thank you very much for that. I gotta go eat.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
It's a great honor to have you.
It was great talking to you.
Can't wait to see you guys in a month or so. Miss you, love you, and have anyone. If you have any questions, reach out. I answer all of my direct messages.
I'm gonna call you soon. Enjoy your dinner.
All right, brother. Bye,
Thanks, Kevin.
Have a good evening,
guys. Everyone, Kevin Porter. So back to Emma's question: favorite Batman actors. Kevin Porter is at the top of that list.
Yeah.
for me, and there are so many reasons why, but you know, every actor that has brought Batman to the screen has brought something different from Batman to the screen, and it's been, you know, it's been a joy to see like all the different actors, you know, bring out. Of course, it's partly the writing and the director as well, but it's been really cool to see different actors bring out different things for the Batman. But Kevin just brings everything. So yeah, I feel like Kevin's at the top of the list. But of the Hollywood productions, yeah, I'd have to say there are things about Keaton that obviously he's the original big screen Batman, and you know, there's nothing that can replace that. But in terms of a well-rounded Batman Bruce, I think that would be Christian Bale for me. Yeah.
So 1 week to IndieGoGo, and
yes,
we're gonna hit it and join us in the project.
Yeah, join us in the project. We've got seven days to go. It'll be Tuesday. We're launching it. I've been working on perk, you know, photos and stuff, and we've got some really cool perks for you guys. And I'm excited about like having these perks myself. So, and then also, guys, just for people that don't know, the crowdfunding stuff. When we launch, like the first 2 days all the experts are saying like the first 2 days are the best time to get that momentum going. And when you have a big enough snowball in the first 2 days, the ball rolls really, nicely for the rest of the campaign. We've seen that, be true with other crowdfunding campaigns. And so if you guys are planning on joining us, and if you have friends and family who plan on joining us, do it as early as you possibly can, because that'll help move the momentum, move that snowball faster, so that we can have a really, really strong campaign, and we can make this Act 1 faster and better than we could otherwise.
So I saw a question earlier about how far we are into actual production.
Yeah.
And that's a fun thing to talk about, because we are actually, I mean, as far as part 1, we have almost half of it shot and actually filmed. Obviously it hasn't gone into post-production yet, but we're crowdfunding Act 1, and it's already half done. So as far as runtime,
yeah,
we have some of the more, I guess I would say, elaborate and more visual effects heavy things that we have to do, and that's kind of what we're really pushing toward, to be able to do some really special things. Maybe we'd be filming virtually, or have some build Gotham and do a lot of things that we'd like to really see. But as far as a lot of the good character moments, we've done those.
Yeah.
And
there's a couple of big important scenes that we still have to film. We're still waiting to film some really good scenes with our villains, which nobody's seen.
Nobody's seen yet.
Our villains yet.
You guys are gonna love the villains.
We have villains, I promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're looking forward to producing more. In fact, I mean, there are a couple of shoots coming up that
thanks. We're excited too.
Yes.
And Matrix Jedi.
By
yes.
the way, thank you so much, everyone, for all of your amazing comments. I've been reading them, and they're coming so quickly. It's hard to respond to everything. But thanks for all the questions too. Great questions.
There are a couple.
I'm sorry, Emma,
we didn't get to. We'll get to them maybe next time, Kevin. Or with Kevin.
Another live with Kevin. I'll schedule it with him. Probably tomorrow, and figure out when we can do another live with him. We're gonna save your questions for next time, I promise, and hopefully we can hit him after his dinner time. So, but yeah, the production is it's rolling, but definitely with the post, we're gonna need that help for sure. And also, you might have seen on our Instagram that we just visited Smash Virtual, and that's an exciting piece of the puzzle if we have the budget to do virtual production. And what that would do for us, and virtual production, if people aren't familiar, it's sort of like
it's a big, huge LED wall.
It's a huge LED wall that is 900 LED screens, each one like hooked up seamlessly to create this massive wall. And it's the same technology that they used to film The Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like all the new, Star Wars Disney stuff is filmed using this technology. And we have a studio here in Chicago that does this, provides this service, and we're trying to figure out what the budget's going to be and what we can bring in for crowdfunding. But this would, like nighttime scenes, for example, this would allow us to be able to shoot nighttime scenes all day long, because and it's camera tracked. So when you move the camera, all the background and everything elements, parallax properly. It's all technical, but the bottom line is we can produce it faster, and it's going to look a whole lot better than trying to shoot it against a green screen, because the environment itself provides light, just as if we were to go outside and shoot it. And you know, in terms of production, you're just helping that light a little bit with extra lighting. But you know, you've got daylight, it's daylight, and you've got, you know, street lights, you've got street lights, actual street lights, you know, in your environment, providing that light. So
it's Money Dudes asks, how does it feel to have your vision come alive? Honestly, it feels incredible every time we do a shoot and I bring the footage home and I put it into the editor, and you like start putting a scene together. You're just like, wow, this is so cool.
You know, it's
definitely
also,
it's a great feeling.
The performances are, guys, the performances are really exciting. You know,
Adriana is doing a great job as Stephanie from Spoiler, yeah.
And you know, the relationships that are being built between all the different characters, it's very organic, and it feels real. And you know, it feels real because those relationships are almost real, in a sense, between the actors too. So, you know, not to the nth degree.
Not literally, but yeah, but they feel it, and you know, as a director or as a camera guy, you feel those emotions too that come out, that the actors are portraying, and then when you see it on screen, you know, you definitely feel it.
Yeah. What Batman villains are going to be in our film? Well, you know, Stephanie fans already know one of the main villains there, and then there's a second one that I teased earlier, but I'm not gonna say more about that one, because I think we're gonna do some filming with that villain, hopefully this week, and throw a tease out there this week or early next. So that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
And it's coming together really nicely. So great to see independent film artists such as you and Bat in the Sun. I love indie films. There's such a passion in, yes, independent films, because there's no money.
Because there's passion. You got to run on passion.
All there is passion. You know, when you strip the art form down to its you know, rawest state, all you have is a love for storytelling and you know, a passion for the art form.
And there's a lot of innovation there too that you just gotta figure out how to make it work. You gotta figure out how to do it, because you don't have, you know, millions of dollars to drop on the big huge sets and everything, and it's like, okay, how do we realize the vision that we have in our head and get that onto the screen so that you guys can see it?
Yeah, that's actually a question I was going to ask Kevin, and we'll do that next time. But like, he's been on the huge Hollywood sets, right? And he's also been on these indie sets. And there's going to be a different vibe that goes with that. And I think one thing that ties these independent films together is when you're producing it and you have a good team, these relationships become really close friendships. And that's something that I love about producing in general. Is like, you work with these people to create something really cool, really wonderful, that everybody's super proud of, and these relationships never go away. So yeah. Do you guys think you might do a Star Wars project? If so, what universe would you guys love to tackle? So I actually do have a script for 7 Star Wars short episodes that are original. It's an original story. So I don't know if we'll ever get around to producing it. I
right
hope
now,
we
let's
do.
get Girl in the Mask done.
Yeah, right now we're focused on Girl in the Mask.
If we get this done, who knows? Maybe,
Yeah.
the sky's the limit
Sky's
afterwards.
the limit.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about crowdfunding is, we're looking forward to producing part 1, and finishing Act 1. We've got Act 4. Yeah, one of 4. We've got Act 2, 3, and 4 to go. I'm hoping that our crowdfunding does well enough that we can produce at least 3 and 4 like in one together. So it's going to be like Act 1, 2, and
3, 4.
3. 3, 4.
Yeah. 3, 4.
Like Thor. But I'm hoping that we do well enough to produce those 2 end acts together. But we'll see. We'll see how the cards fall, the chips.
Money, dude. The villains are actors. we wouldn't do that to you.
Are the villains actors in makeup?
Yeah.
Or partial CGI? Well, I'll be perfectly honest. We don't have any CGI magicians on our team. Like both Chris and I do a little bit of CG, and I've sculpted a lot of the props and things, modeled a lot of the props, like the bracers that you see on Batman. There are some elements on Batman that are modeled. Stephanie's breastplate, her chest armor, I modeled that and printed that out. But in terms of animation, I think the most animation that Chris and I have done is like cars driving, which is like kind of the easiest.
I mean,
thing.
and that's something that we will need to get for some of our sequences.
Yes.
That's another place where our crowdfunding funds will be going, is digital doubles for impossibly dangerous stunts.
Yeah,
but
actually want our actors jumping off of 30-story buildings, right?
But we do
or 200
want you to
buildings.
see our characters jumping off of 30-story buildings.
Yes.
So, but as far as fully CG characters, no. I believe firmly in
Flash and Green Lantern.
Well, we believe firmly in the genuineness of actual actors. Real people portraying real people. So, yeah.
And that actually speaks to sort of the texture of our world too. We wanted to ground our world in sort of the real world. You can say, oh, kind of like Nolan. Well, yes, but no, because yes, it's sort of a real world like Nolan's is a very very real,
very grounded, I guess. Yeah,
earth level story. One that you can't imagine Christian Bale in The Flash or Superman, coming in and smashing through all the buildings in Gotham. You don't really imagine that in Christian Bale's Nolan's universe. And in that regard, our universe we wanted it to be grounded. We wanted it to be very earth level.
At the same time, I think we do have some more whimsical and fantastical elements than Nolan's.
Yes.
The Nolan verse as well.
Well, we're dealing with a character who is more whimsical than Nolan's Bruce, right?
Yeah, Bruce is pretty dour.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Practical.
As much as possible, but I think practical effects are dangerous and cost more. So I think a lot more expensive to do practical effects.
We don't really have too many explosions or anything in our film. There are a couple as we come closer to the end of the story. There's some things that I'm hoping to be able to shoot practically, but I'm sure we'll have some CG help with some of those scenes.
Hey, Kelsey.
Hey.
And Carl.
Did we? I'm jumping back here
I
to
think,
see if there are any
yeah.
questions. So, okay, guys, I think we're good. So I think we're going to, somebody asked, Gavin asked, will we see the Batmobile?
Yes.
Yes.
Not in part 1.
But yes. Well, yes. You will see the Batmobile. Is Robin in the film? Guys, yes. Robin is in. We have Tim Drake in the
we
film.
have an amazing Robin. RJ Seacott. We can't wait for you guys to see RJ Seacott as Robin.
So there's been a little bit of a holdup, and partially that's just me being super busy and not figuring out how to work all my scheduling together. But we've got RJ. He was the second one to sign on, and I'm waiting to get his shirt, Red Robin's shirt made. And it is Red Robin. He's in our timeline. Tim is already Red Robin. So I just talked to our costumer 2 days ago, and he's moving on it, and we're moving forward with that, and I'm excited. I am so excited for this because it's the same. Yeah. So it's the same Unmasked Studio. Will at Unmasked Studios is putting the shirt together, and he's the same guy. He's the one that put together our bat suit.
Amazing job on the bat suit.
Amazing work. Kevin loves the bat suit, and we know that this shirt is going to be no less awesome. So I can't wait to have that in hand. And to do some photographs and then actually shoot some scenes with that. But yes, we have a Robin, Red Robin, and he's actually the main support.
He's a major character.
Yeah, he's a major character.
You'll see a lot of him.
So I'm sorry you guys haven't seen more of him yet, but that's all coming. I promise that's all coming. Okay. I would like a shirt, please, Emma says. All right.
There will be shirts.
Let there be shirts. Hope we get to see Killer Croc. So, Steph and Killer Croc, I know that's a thing. I would love to do Killer Croc. We don't have somebody that big to do Killer Croc practically. But also, Killer Croc isn't really fitting into this story. I would love to do a Killer Croc video, though. That would be so much fun. But unfortunately, we're not going to see Croc in The Girl in the Mask.
Emma asked about
Tim Steph.
Well, we have Tim and we have Steph, so
and nobody else. So.
The romantic aspect of their relationship isn't something that we fully jump into with 2 feet, but I think I would say that the potential is hinted at.
There are plenty of seeds there.
Yeah. They have their moments.
They do have their moments. Yeah. I mean, you can't really do a Stephanie fan film with Tim in it and not at least nod.
Have some moments. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we wanted to focus on Stephanie's character, and I think a lot of times Stephanie's been kind of a secondary to Tim, and this is kind of a reversal of that. Tim is going to be the secondary to Steph as the focus of the story. So.
Yeah, it's a very, it's called The Girl in the Mask. It's a very Stephanie central story, and it's all from her perspective. So we're definitely we're excited about it. So crowdfunding, guys, IndieGoGo drops next week. We've got 7 days to
August 1st.
Yes, August 1st. Mark your calendars, set alarms, tell your friends. We've got 7 days to really gear up. And again, first day, if you're planning on joining us as warriors for this project, please join us as early as possible, because that really does help the momentum of our project. And you could plan on giving a certain amount, and whether you give it on the first day or day 15, day 20, it makes a huge difference, because day one, it helps build that big snowball, and we can really build that momentum for the full campaign. And we'd love to also not just hit our goal, but far exceed it, and only you guys can really make that happen. So please join us and be a part of this awesome project.
Thank you to everybody for following and for keeping up with us to this point.
Yes.
You guys are such a great encouragement, and we couldn't have made it this far without you all.
Absolutely. I mean, some of you have been with us, for a very long time, and we just love that you guys are a part of this, and love that you guys can share in this passion with us, and we want more people to join in too, because it's not, we're not just doing this for ourselves. We want to share this project with as many people as we can, because we think it's meaningful, not just for ourselves, but for all of the fans of the Batman world, and Stephanie Brown in particular. So yeah, guys, I think we're going to wrap up here. Chris, any closing thoughts?
I think I had my closing thoughts.
Okay.
Thank you all. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you. Good night. No, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this live. We've got more coming up this week, and we've got other cast and crew members jumping on with us to share in the excitement for our launch on August 1st. So join us for those as well. Thank you so much for everybody. Oh, Kevin is back on. All right, guys. Kevin's back on.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not leaving yet.
I don't know how to do this. Hold on. Is it this button? All right.
Hey, I'm back.
Hello.
I just had dinner.
All right. Guys, we just hit a second wind here.
How was your dinner?
What's funny is I came back down and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're still going. I want to talk some more. So what did I miss?
Joining back. Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic one to look back on. I love actually watching these again to hear all the comments again, and
Batman Returns. Yes.
Batman Returns.
So good.
Okay, so
all right.
what were some of
Yes.
the highlights? What were some of the best questions?
I know, we just sat here the entire time and stared at each other. It was really.
We were like, we wish Kevin was here.
And, oh, I'm here. I'm so sorry. It was like this beef stroganoff. It was so good.
Oh, good.
And it rained down. I'm like, I gotta go. Bye, Mom.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about production. We talked about some storytelling stuff and some character stuff.
Yeah, well, we had some discussions about the production. We were talking about virtual production and how that would help us just like move things forward faster. We wouldn't have to wait till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night to film night scenes.
Shoot night scenes.
Yeah, we can film night scenes all day and have in-camera effects and that sort of thing. But that's like small production stuff, and we're gonna say, hey, Kevin, you've been a part of like all the production sizes.
Yeah, my belief on that is why cheat when you could do it real. Why pretend to be night when just wait until it's night? Why create problems for yourself?
Well,
You know,
part of it is money, and part of it is just like time. I would love to just, have all the money and time to say, hey guys, we're gonna wait until 9 o'clock at night. We're gonna shoot till 4 in the morning, for the next 4 nights. But I can't really schedule people that way right now with our budget. So money.
Also, I think there's in a sense, doing it virtual in some ways is getting it more practically in camera rather than filming on a green screen, for instance, where you'd have to replace the background with whatever you're going to put back there anyway.
Yeah.
So in a virtual setting, that background is actually casting light on the actors. It's actually in the camera already. That saves you time on the post end. It saves you money on the post end.
It basically puts the actors on a stage, much like theater, and so and some of our actors are actually, Kevin as well. I think you've got some theater background, right?
A great deal. A great deal.
So I think invoking that sort of vibe puts our theater actors into like a frame of mind, and they're ready to go. They're good to go on a virtual stage. You put them on a green screen, it's like, okay, well, now I have to imagine everything, and it's not ideal. It's not ideal.
Green screens are the worst. They're the worst. They really are. Not a big
fan. They're hard to deal with.
They're evil.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's great that technology is available, but it's really hard to deal with on the production end of things, and it's really
the post production end of things.
It just adds so much more in the post production as well, and we hate dealing with green screens, but we can do it. I mean, if we have to. Like there's some shots in the teaser trailer that we released that are green screen shots, and I don't think I can tell. Like I can tell because I shot.
Because you shot it.
but it's not like, oh, that's a green screen shot. Yeah. But yeah.
As an actor, I far prefer to be on a practical set.
Absolutely.
But I definitely understand the advantages of the green screen and honestly the budgetary advantages as well.
Well, virtual production, like we said, the environment is projected on LED screens for you. So you don't really feel like, but you know that you're supposed to be in a city environment. You know that there's supposed to be moonlight above you. And that moonlight is actually casting practical light on the actors, which from a production standpoint, I'm like, yeah, make that moon bigger and cast more light on them. Perfect. And I don't have to figure out how to hang a light above you with a crane or a truss or something like that. And that's just a lot of expensive grip work, and which I would love to be able to do. Like, don't get me wrong, behind the scenes shots of like Last of Us, where they hung 600 12-foot LED panels, like just to light up the town. Like, yes, please, give me that. But we can't all be Netflix or whatever.
Now that we've got Kevin back, should we ask the other questions?
Yes. So as pertains to production, what are some of the major differences, like vibe wise, or just how you get into character? What are some of the major differences between a massive, large, $100 million, $200 million production versus an independent film for you?
With gosh, I got to tell you, the food's better. The food's a lot better with the larger productions. The trailers are better, and you do have this wonderful feeling as if you're a part of something big, and you do know. And even with like Daredevil, and at the time I thought it was a great film, and looking back, I think time's been good to it. Of course, I'll bring up Dodgeball. We knew that it was kind of be cool and fun, but the great thing about doing a smaller production is you have more input, you have more time to play with the characters. It's just it's more intimate. It really is. What do I prefer, the smaller productions? Gosh, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I enjoy them, but would I prefer that smaller production have a $20 million, $30 million budget? Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be great. But it's kind of my niche now. The last two films I've done have been larger films. Dante's Hotel, which is going to be on Tubi, and also Black Spines, which is great. Looking forward to that one. And that was over the last year. And, you know, had my own trailer, and they had a lot of people running around with headphones on, had a lot of PAs, a lot of ADs, a lot of DAs and APBs and PDQs, and I had a lot of those. And that was great. And I loved it. But also at the same time, I was up in Washington shooting a film, and you know, the crew was like 4 people, and we're running around the woods, and they're just they're chasing me with a camera, and I love that as well. Yeah. So they all have their advantages. Yeah. But gosh, I think I'd be lying if I didn't say that it's more enjoyable being on a bigger set, better food, taken care of, kicked back in your trailer, and just studying your lines. I did a project in Savannah, and it was so small that I had to try to get crafty, because I'm like, oh, there's nothing here. There's nothing to eat. Do you need me to go get some like snacks? Like, do you mind? I'm like, oh, wow. No, I don't. And that was fine. And I had no problem with that. I didn't. I went to the Food Lion, and they were great people. And I enjoyed that because it was in the South, and it was charming. And everything has its advantages, and everything has its things that you enjoy. And I enjoy the intimacy, but I definitely enjoy a large budget.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I wish I had a larger budget when you came over. And you okay?
Oh, I just sneezed.
Okay.
All right. Bless you.
Is anyone going to bless me? Thank you. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes.
But you know, when Kevin was there last May, and we were filming with him, you know, like yeah. Your trailer sucked. Yeah, I think
yes.
I think somebody, Carolina, she said, yeah, I witnessed a breakup today. That was yeah.
What was that?
She
at the Red Roof.
Room at the Red Roof, and she's like, oh yeah, that couple's fighting.
Oh,
they're breaking up.
Yeah. I will tell you that that if I in all candor, that was probably the crappiest hotel I've ever seen. Ever.
We will do better next time. I promise you.
It was the worst. And also, let me ask you this. Okay, you know what? Yeah, it was the worst hotel I've ever stayed in my life. Let me ask you a question. Did I ever mention that? Did I ever complain?
You did not.
No, you did not. Nobody
never would.
Did.
Because we're grateful to be there. We're happy. And you know what's funny is I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he talked about when people call what we do work. And he said, they call it work, but you sit in your trailer and you eat like a king. Your ego is stroked. You're treated like a king. And then you go out there, and for 20 or 30 minutes, you do what you love to do passionately. And then when it's time to stand down, you go back to your trailer, you take a nap. You play video games, you watch TV. Is it work? No, it's not work. It's not work. Calling it work is, I think, disrespecting the people out there that really work. You know, I think that we are blessed to have a certain degree of talent that's marketable. And I'm blessed to have that. And I'm blessed to have people want me on that. But my gosh, my father, he worked. He was an air traffic controller. That's work. What I do is I enjoy my time doing what I do, and I'm blessed to have people want to watch. And oh my goodness gracious, I'm blessed to have people give me money for that. What? You want to pay me to do what I love doing? Okay, I'll do that, and I'll stay wherever you want me to stay. And the red roof.
Well,
Absolutely.
no more red roof.
No more red roof. No more red roof.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I witnessed an arrest there the week after you guys were there. It's just like, wow, there's a guy outside with handcuffs. Yeah,
never,
no,
never again.
no more red roof.
But what it is, guys, it's team building, and it's also showing that your cast will do whatever we need to do to get the job done. We'll show up. We'll show up when we can't even walk. We'll stay at the red roof. Whatever it is, you can count on us. So we're not going to let you down. And that's why I love being challenged, because I will, I'll always come through, always. And I'll always be the first person on set. I'll be prepared. I'll have the best attitude, and I'll be the best version of that character that they want. That's my job. It's my job. And smile while I'm doing it. And influence others to smile and influence others to really appreciate the opportunity that someone appreciates what you do. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, I mean, you really live up to that. Definitely your presence on set and with all the other actors and the crew and everything was just like, there's just like this positive vibe that everybody enjoyed working with you. And we can't wait to work with you again.
Let's do it. Let's get this going. Let's get everybody out there mobilized.
Yes.
And there's a lot of talk, and I'm going to talk to the people watching. There's a lot of talk, and everybody's like excited, but you got to mobilize. And we appreciate the shares, and we appreciate the kind words, and we appreciate, the thumbs up. But you're going to have to press that button to contribute. You just have to, because this is your calling to be a part of this, and it's your opportunity to back up the wonderful words with action, and we appreciate it. And I know that I'm the one that's blessed to put that suit on, and I'm the one that is, that is Batman. I know that, but it's like Brad Pitt said this in, it was a Harrison Ford movie where he played an IRA, and he said, "You see me standing before, but you don't see the millions of people that are standing behind me." Devil Zone. The movie was called Devil Zone.
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
Yes.
Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you see me as Batman, but you don't see the millions of people that have contributed, that have put the suit together, that have directed, that have written, and the people that have pressed that button. And that's, you know what? Here's $5. That's all I got, but it's from the heart. And that's you standing with me. I couldn't do that without you. And I'm blessed to wear the suit. I'm blessed to say I'm Batman. I'm blessed to do all that cool stuff. I couldn't do that without people watching. I couldn't without people producing and directing and writing and put the suit together and absolutely contributing. So thank you guys. This is your opportunity to be Batman, to be me, with me, up there next to me. So mobilize. Yeah,
that reminds me of the climax of the Batman Eternal storyline where Batman's immobilized and everybody else, the chant of all of Gotham becomes "I am Batman," right? So like from the littlest kid up to the street sweepers and everybody are like, "I am Batman," and that's what this is like. This is going to be a team effort. This is going to be everybody coming together. Like Kevin says, you get to be Batman.
Anyone that's part of it, anyone that watches it, I am appreciative of. And when I'm approached at Walgreens, people go, "Oh my gosh, I loved you in Batman Vader," I give them a big hug. And I love that. If someone comes up and says, "Hey, I contributed towards Girl in the Mask," oh my goodness, I'm gonna buy them a Tootsie Roll, or maybe a Snickers.
Maybe a Snickers. Yeah,
depends on how much they contributed. I'll say how much. $50. Let's get that Snickers.
Yeah.
Where's that Snickers?
Where's that Snickers at?
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for waiting for me. I knew you were waiting. I knew you said Kevin's going to be back any minute. All right.
Thanks for coming back, Kevin.
Thank you so much.
Can't wait to get back up there and shoot and eat some more sushi.
Yeah, we'll have all the sushi. We'll do sushi, guys. Crowdfunding. Give us the ability to give Kevin sushi.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'll tell the story. It's your parents' sushi. Okay, guys, I'm sitting there and I'm like, and then your mother walks in, and I'm not exaggerating. It was this big tray, and boom, sets it right on this big conference table, and I'm like, what is this? And she said, it is yours. It's for everyone, but I sure ate the lion's share of it, and it's what I needed because it was clean protein, clean carbs, and it absolutely it got me where I needed to go. But what it fed me more is emotionally. It fed my heart. It said, "Oh my gosh, this is a family. This is a family thing. This is everyone coming together, from the children to the wives to the in-laws to the parents. How can this fail? How can I not give 100%?" And I saw that it wasn't pressure. It was me challenging myself, because this is a family, and I see your mom and dad there. And it was inspiring, and they were wonderful people. Father's badass, and he was just, he was in a suit and a tie, spoke very little, didn't really talk much, just kind of nodded a lot, kind of grunted here or there. Intimidating, super intimidating. And I'm like, yes, sir, this is going to be awesome, I promise. Saying basically, it better be. No, I'm just kidding. He was very kind. But he wasn't. Isn't he intimidating sometimes?
Yeah,
Maybe not to you.
My dad.
Yes, he's intimidating. You grew up with him.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's all family. It's all love. It's all everyone coming together and making something great.
Yeah.
All right, this is where I dip out
Amen.
for the second.
all right.
Guys, thank you
Thank you so much for coming back, Kevin, and thank you all for joining us. We're going to be back throughout the week, so let's keep up with us. We'll see you
Good night.
guys. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.